The Golden State Warriors played their first game in roughly 14 hours. So here are the keys I think they need to implement this season to win the NBA championship. First and foremost is to stay as healthy as possible, and to do this, you gotta win games early in the season, and you gotta stay consistent. You can't have slumps like they did last year before the All-Star break, where you're negative and all of a sudden you have to scrape by and win 23 games out of 31 just to simply make the play-in tournament. You gotta hunt wins. You gotta overexert yourselves to simply, win these games, scrape out these games to eventually make the play-in. Steph Curry got hurt because he was forced to overexert himself at the end of the year, and at his age, it's not a good formula, and especially with how old this team is, it's just not a good formula overall. They need to win early, and they need to win consistently early. The second thing, the young guys, they have to step up. QP, Pods, Kuminga, Moody, they have to step up. I think Pods is going to have a great year. He's shown all the tools. I think we're unfairly treating Pods as if he's like a 7-year player in the NBA. No, this was his third year in the NBA. Last year, he was a sophomore. Yes, he shot the ball basically terrible in the playoffs, but you got to cut him at least some slack, considering it was a first-time environment for him against one of the most hostile environments in Houston and Minnesota. Other than that, Jonathan Kuminga, don't worry about Jonathan Kuminga's playing time. He improved a lot during the preseason. I have breakdowns on it on my page. I think Jonathan Kuminga has impressed a lot of people. Steve Kerr said himself he was very, very impressed. I think Kuminga is going to have a great year this year in this system that he has finally been able to follow. And lastly, Moses Moody, great length, great defender, just going to have a great year. As long as he can keep his 3-ball above 40%, we're in good shape. And QP, going to get mentored by Al Horford, going to continue improving on defense, and he can only get better, and that's great. Last and certainly not least, defense. This team needs to be elite defensively. There's no other way to put it. The reason they made it so far last year was because after the addition of Jimmy Butler, this team was so elite defensively. Under the leadership of Draymond Green, this team was able to bank a second in the NBA defensive rating and the best net rating in the NBA, simply because they were so premier defensively. And they got better defensively this year. They added Al Horford, who is a great stretch 5 defender who can guard the pick and roll absolutely beautifully. And in order for them to compete, they need to be good at not even good. They need to be superb at defense. They need to be one of, if not the best defensive team in the league, up there with OKC. There's obviously more I can tap into: cohesiveness, ball movement, having a third scoring option, etc. But these 3 things I think are just the most important things and are the baseline for a good, successful year. Without these 3 things, everything else does not matter. And as always, Warriors in 4.